It's episode 22 of Chit Chat, and it's time to make your plans for Gen Con 2018. We sit down and talk about our 5 most anticipated games, as well as some honorable mentions. With over 20 games discussed, I'm sure there's something in there for you. Welcome back to Chit Chat. We've got episode 22. I'm not going to do any math with this one, but we've got 22 episodes under our belt, and this episode is our Gen Con preview. We're each going to have 5 games or something that we are looking forward to for the upcoming Gen Con. But before we get to there, we have some information about a winner from last episode.
That's right. Daniel Cassidy, you won When I Dream, so make a comment below and we will send that to you. Or copy us at manvsmeeple@gmail.com. And we're also giving away Mega Lands, which we did a review of, which is on our channel now. This is Ryan Lockett's newest game. It's a Target exclusive push your luck game. If you guys are interested, make a comment below and you'll be entered to win.
Yeah, Target exclusive, but you can get your copy
from here.
Right here at Man vs. Meeple. This one is Man vs. Meeple exclusive. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about Gen Con. Want to welcome back Gary.
Hello.
Hashtag Gary's back. But we've got Ryan, Gary, myself, and Jeremy. Who wants to start?
Ooh.
Well, yeah, I'll start, I guess.
Sure.
Why don't you let Schoon start?
Let's go.
All right.
I'll go for my number 5. Right.
Well, that's good. That's a good place to start.
This is Speakeasy Blues, which was a Kickstarter last year that I think is getting ready to ship out to backers and is coming out of Gen Con. What's interesting about this, it is the exact same team that did Sagrada. This is another dice rolling, dice drafting placement game. So Sagrada, I love Sagrada. Sagrada's a big hit. I'm really excited to seeing what that team does next.
Interesting.
Cool. Yeah, I think it looks really
I don't
cool.
know anything about that thing. I mean, I saw it on the list, but I didn't really look into it.
The theme definitely looks cool. The speakeasy kind of theme looks great.
Cool.
What's your number 5, Gary?
My number 5 is, I know this was kind of played, I think, at Origins and maybe even The Gathering, but that is Holding On, The Troubled Life of Billy Kerr.
Oh, yeah, I did
from
see.
Hub Games. I don't know a whole lot about it, just from what I've heard and seen. Maybe some of you guys saw it.
I played a little bit of it,
yeah,
at Origins.
Super cool. A really interesting theme. Is there a time limit to this? I know it's a gentleman. He's had a heart attack. He's got some things going on. You're trying to figure out what it is. Like, is it kind of
not really
crime?
time limit, but you're playing through multiple different scenarios trying to figure out the story behind it.
Right.
And the story can evolve depending upon how you play each of the different scenarios. So
Very
it's really
interesting concept and everything.
Definitely unique concept, for sure.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that one.
Was that played at Origin?
Yeah, they were running demos.
They were running demos. Okay. So
but
you're
it's still a demo, right? It's not for sale, though.
Yeah.
I
No,
think
it's
it's a
not.
demo still, yeah.
Okay. All right, my number 5 is Scarabya. Anyone?
Scarabya?
Yeah, I saw that on the list.
Scarabya. This is
beetle?
from Blue Orange Game. Yes, kind of. This is from Bruno Catala.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they pretty
One of
much
your
had
favorites.
me at
Yeah.
Bruno Catala.
Right.
Catala. But this has some hints of Karuba, and I know we're not all like huge fans of Karuba. It's got some hints of Karuba, but you all have these tiles that you flip over a card that tells you what tile you have to place, and they're Tetris-like tiles. And then you're laying these tiles out on these your board, which is built out of 4 different boards, so there's some variability. And you're trying to use these Tetris tiles so that you eventually lock in these scarabs in these sort of spaces with these Tetris tiles. So again, it has that sort of thing where you could like look over and kind of do what your the person next to you is doing. But you got Bruno Catala and Ludovic Montblanc. I'm looking forward to this for sure.
Is it totally abstract?
Yeah, I mean, it for the most part. I mean, it has this theme sort of on it.
Okay.
But the only pictures I've seen of it, and I'm sure this was prototype, just these 4 colored little square tiles that you have in front of you that made a player board about yay big, and then you're flipping a card. Everyone takes that tile and places it, and you're trying to surround these scarabs. And there was some raised like mountain areas too. So I don't know if. And those looked separate, so it looked like those might be a variable element to set up as well.
This is like more like a family game. I mean, it's blue-orange.
Blue-orange, so it's going to fall into that
more
sort
lighter.
It's going to fall into that
Interesting.
category too.
Very cool.
Cool. I had a decision to make this year between 2 Renegade games. I always like Renegade because they always come out with something new. At Gen Con last year, they came out with Clank in Space, which was unannounced. This year, there were 2 titles that were on the list, and one of them made it. It was either Wendake or Gunkamono.
I know which one.
I picked Gunkamono.
Okay.
And I know you guys would probably think Wendake because it's a worker placement style game, Euro, but Gunkamono is very interesting because it's 2 to 5 player, it's 45 minutes in and out. It's got area control, hand management, and tile placement. It's really quick, and you're just simply taking tiles that represent like archers or cavalry people, and you're placing them on the board, and you're racing up two different things, victory points and honor. And what you're trying to decide with these tiles is, do I want to go to war to get victory points, or do I want to build strongholds to defend the areas that I control at that point? And I love the fact that it's just quick, like it's super fast.
So here's the crazy thing about this game. I had a chance to play this over a year ago when it was called Heartland. They've reskinned that thing, and I am super stoked to see this too, because I want to see how
It's evolved
this
or
new
changed.
skin, this new theme is fantastic, and the artwork looks amazing
The
too.
cover of the box is awesome. You guys will see it on this
Yeah.
video, but it's really cool.
Very cool.
All right,
Number 4?
Yeah,
Are you guys ready for the surprise of the list?
Hold on. Yes.
it's a party game.
My number no, it is Scythe, Rise of Fenris, which
Whoa.
is huge for me because, as many people know, I'm really not a big fan of Scythe for a couple different reasons, but I love the theme of Scythe. I've always wanted to love Scythe, and it's always been kind of lukewarm with me. But this expansion is introducing like almost like a legacy style campaign mode into Scythe, and that's something I can get really excited for. Because I went all in on Scythe. I mean, I have everything. I just ended up not loving it. I mean, it's not for everybody. But the idea of a campaign, a story narrative that goes through multiple games, that is super appealing to me.
Just use the base game.
It does use the base game, yeah. It's an expansion, basically, but it adds this really cool narrative campaign mode to it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see how they'll do that.
Yeah, I don't exactly know how it's going to turn
Right.
out. I might get it and be like, it's more of the same Scythe, but I'm excited for it, right? Like I'm
This is for
hoping
sale?
It'll be for sale at Gen Con.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's excited for it.
I'm excited. Oh my god!
Oh, I see what you did there.
Somebody called Jamie.
All right, my number 4. This is my only expansion on the list, but it's my number 1 favorite Euro of all time.
Boom, 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 boom.
Great Western
Yeah.
Trail. Yeah. Rails to the North. This expansion looks awesome. I mean, he's really added a lot.
Yeah.
He's added a whole nother board, which is another railway.
Goes across the top?
Goes across the top. It adds more cities like Detroit, New York, and Chicago. And from what I understand is those are cities that are east of the Mississippi, so it's harder to manage in the game, these railways, but there's bigger payoffs. There's expanded player boards, there's new master tiles, more buildings. I mean, this is a really big expansion. I mean, it's Pfister. I just trust him,
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
anything he throws out there. So I think it's going to be a really big expansion.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what all it has packed into it, because I know very little about it, but all the early talk about it was about just that player board across
Yeah,
the top.
there's way more
Or
than
not
I
player
thought,
board,
yeah.
but the board. But you're saying player boards are
Yeah,
expanded?
there's a player board expander. There's stuff that now at the bottom. Remember on the left side you have the circle disc that allows you to
Yeah.
maybe take. Now there's stuff more down at the bottom of that.
Oh,
So what am I going to do with my plastic acrylic
I
covers?
know.
They
I'm
get
gonna
all
make some new
ones.
ones. I have to call
I
that
know.
guy.
You know, I'm
right?
looking forward to that
Dang.
too, because Great Western Trail is one of those weird games for me, which we all loved it. Mm-hmm. I haven't played it in over a year.
Yeah.
I mean, and I want something to get it back onto my table.
just
Well,
a
he's
couple
adding
months
more
ago.
cows
It's so
too. I
good.
just remember that. So we're
Really?
going to get that out. Yeah.
What kind of cows are left?
I don't know. It's
Cows
it was
for
a
days.
spotted one when I saw the
All
picture.
right, spotted cows.
Spotted cows come.
All right, are you ready for my number 4? I've almost bet that this is on no one's list. None of the three of you. My number 4 is Pantone from Cryptozoic.
Uh-huh.
That looks
Have you
cool.
seen this
That
thing?
does look
exactly
really
what this is.
cool.
So this is a slightly fresh take, I think, on sort of the Pictionary concept, if you will. So if anyone doesn't know what Pantone is, Pantone colors are sort of the basic colors in design, and this game basically is a box full of these little Pantones.
If you go to Lowe's, you're
Yeah.
gonna get those swatches that show you all the
They
different
look
colors
like
you can paint your
those.
room in.
Yeah.
That's what a Pantone
They
is.
look like those, and you have all these colored rectangles, these small little rectangles. And very similar to the game Imagine, if you saw that a couple years ago, was it 2 years ago at Gen Con Imagine came out?
I think so. Maybe 2 or 3.
2 or 3 years ago. Someone's going to get a clue, and then they're going to basically use these Pantones to create a very abstract
Drawing of it.
representation
Yeah.
of whatever's on the clue. And you go around the table, you guess. If you guess wrong, and if it comes back to me and no one's guessed correctly, you're able to sort of enhance the picture and do some things like that. And you score points for guessing, you score points for getting people to guess. But it looks really cool. You're effectively making kind of what similar to like 8-bit style art with these things.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But it looks cool, and I love the aesthetic. It's super clean and super, like artsy looking design.
Yeah. And number 4 is Detective by Portal Games. This looks very interesting to me. Now, I'm not the type of gamer that likes Sherlock Holmes, Detective.
consulting,
Those games didn't hit it for me. However, I've been on this wave of like adventure style games. Started with Seventh Continent, and has gone into a lot of these like Legacy of Dragonholt, the adventure graphic novels from Van Ryder, and I kind of feel this is in that same category. However, the cool thing in this one is it has its own built-in online database, plus you can use the internet to search cooperatively as a detective over 5 different cases that all kind of splinter off to do different things. So it's one mystery per one, but my understanding is that it all kind of ties together in the end. And it's all cooperatively based, and I've read through the rules, and it just seems very, very interesting. Not my style of typical game, but cool.
Well, it's cool. I don't know if just to reiterate that, the idea that you're logging into a fake police database and using that to search for like suspects, I mean, it's super interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so what is this, number 3, right?
It's number 3.
That'd be
my
right
number
after 4.
3 is Yellow and YANGTZE from Knizia.
Yeah.
This is his
Yellow and YANGTZE.
Yellow and
Yangtze
YANGTZE.
River.
It's basically a second edition almost of Tigris and Euphrates, which was a.
Y'all haven't seen this?
No.
Which was a great. Oh man,
Wow.
Tigris and Euphrates was a great game. He's kind of re-implementing a lot of that into almost a second edition, but it's getting a huge facelift makeover. It's getting reworked. A lot
Who's
of the
publishing this one?
That's a great question. I actually don't.
It still looks dry.
Oh, it's still. Of course it does. I mean, it's going to be.
It does look a
I
lot of
love
hype
Tigris and
about it.
Euphrates, so I'm really excited to see.
And one more time, the name of it?
Yellow and
and
Yangtze,
Yangtze.
like the
Okay.
Yangtze River in China.
Yeah.
It threw me at first because he said yellow, and I was thinking the publisher. at
I
first.
was too.
Oh, right.
Okay.
No, this is. I mean, I love Knizia's on a roll for me right now, so
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
really excited about this.
Cool.
All right. Well, my number 3 is probably not on anybody's list, and I'm glad I clicked on it because if you're going through all the games that come out on BGG, it's got a no image available. It's coming out by Cranio Creations, which is Orleans, Concordia.
Yeah.
When they put out a game and a Euro game, you pay attention, right? If you love Euros, and it's a Simon Luciani game. It's Barrage. Did you look at this?
I saw it.
Oh, this game looks awesome.
Yeah.
There's only one article. Take it back. 2 articles are in Italian, so I had to do some final Google Translate these articles. And basically, what you're doing is the board is a bunch of rivers and lakes, and you have to build dams. And it is worker placement, action programming, and resource management. No dice. He's doing it with a new guy, I guess, that's over there designing games. But there's a mechanic where you have a wheel. And what you're doing is you got to build dams to store up water to run your big turbines to create energy. You do this in 5 rounds. So you have this wheel and you're putting resources on it, and you can't get any of those resources back until your wheel is completed, which will run these turbines. So you have to really think about what you're going to do each round.
Interesting.
And there's 5 rounds. You'll score points by filling contracts and how fast or how powerful your engines have become. So super interesting.
I would have never come across that.
Yeah. So
I have to admit, those no image availables, they don't.
by 'em.
I'm visually driven. I often swipe by them unless I see the name or see a designer name associated
Yeah.
with it. But I didn't.
So
I didn't
we'll have
catch
no
that one.
pictures for this one. Actually, it's not even coming out until 2019.
Yeah.
It's just going to
They're
be
gonna
for
have a demo.
Yeah.
Well, in this
In the
article,
CMON booth. So
in this
it's in the
article,
CMON
which
booth.
I'll get, it does have some pictures,
Oh,
some
really?
prototype
Okay.
pictures, even what this
okay.
wheel looks like. I mean, it look 3D wheel.
I have
so.
to say, I admire you for just the depth of your research.
Well,
for
hey.
sure.
That's why we have Gary.
Very impressive. Hashtag
so
Gary's
just-
back.
Yeah,
The dark net.
the darkness.
All right. So I'm going to change things. I'm going to shift gears here because my number 3 has already been mentioned, but I too faced the same decision you faced. And I had put Gunkimono as my number 3. But I want to give some love to Windake too because
Okay.
I was looking at both of those games and thinking, which one to pick
They
here?
both fall in our wheelhouse.
They
Like,
both
this
do.
our style of game.
Windake. Now, I'll admit right now, I did a little bit more research for Gunkimono than I did Windake, but Windake is one that I saw, and that's my number 3, by the way. So you'll see that down here at the bottom. That's one that I saw last year at PAX Unplugged on a table. I didn't get a chance to play it, but it looked like the exact type of medium weight Euro that we generally like.
Yeah.
It's got some cool mechanism. I can't even describe it, but there's like a little grid of things that move around. You're able to do actions, and it sort of manipulates the grid as you do them. that's about all I know, but it looks just like an amazing, beautiful little Euro. So it's probably spoiler alert, one of the only Euros that's sort of close to being on my list.
Not a lot of Euros at.
What's
There
that?
isn't- There isn't.
Not a lot of Euros at Gen
There
Con
has
in
been
general.
more in the past couple years,
Yeah.
but not as much this year, I didn't think.
Were we gonna say?
Well, I was going to say it, and it seems like I was reading some more about it. It seems like it's a fairly heavy Euro 2.
Okay.
Really?
It was
Medium-
a 3.5
Oh, really?
on the weight.
Oh, interesting.
And I think there's a lot of
maybe I
moving
should have put that
components.
as
A lot of moving
Right.
parts.
A lot of moving
I can't wait to
parts.
play it,
Now, is
though.
that one for sale at Gen
It
Con?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, when Dake's, like, it's been available for a while in some respects, but yeah, this is
Cool
this is
theme,
the
This
first,
is
too.
the English edition.
This is the
coming
English
out.
edition. Renegade's bringing it over to the
Yep.
States.
Oh, okay. All right.
My number 3 is The Rise of Queensdale. It
Yeah.
was in my top 5 most anticipated. It's still on my list. 2 to 4 player, 45 to 60 minutes per game. It plays over 9 different epochs. Each epoch is 2 games that you have to play in. It's legacy based. So during your legacy, you're going to be upgrading dice and putting stickers on your dice. You have characters that are going to be upgraded. You have places on the board that you're going to be placing stickers for new buildings and whatnot. It's gotten it hasn't got the reception that I thought it was originally going to get when it was announced. It's already been out in Europe. People have their hands on it. I am still 100% interested in this game. I'll play just about anything that's legacy based. Plus, the pedigree of the brands doing this game is huge for me.
When they announced it, everyone was gaga over
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
I think the thing is, it is a legacy game. So you really, to see it unfold, like if you played Pandemic Legacy and just played the first game, you might be like unimpressed.
Sure.
But you
exactly.
really need to play through. So I'm excited. It was going to be on my list, except I knew you were going to have it on yours, so I didn't put it on mine.
I had
the
to. It was
only
in my
reason
top
it's not
5
on my list.
anticipated, So, all right. After 3
Is
comes
2.
2.
Number 2 for me is
Python.
actually 2 games in one. Gonna combo these, and it's Brass, and we have Birmingham and
Lancashire.
coming out at Gen Con. And so basically, you've got Brass, a new edition of the original Brass, and then a new version, a new imagining of Brass, which is similar but different than the original. And we've got to play that version of it, which added like the beer barrels into Brass. I love this game, Brass. Like it is a heavy, brain-burning, thinky puzzle game.
It is a brain. Can be a brain burner for sure.
You're
In my-
going to leave exhausted.
In my opinion, one of Martin Rollis's best games. Not only that, but you failed to mention that Roxley, number one, Roxley has some of the best graphic designers in the business, and they killed the art in this. But also, they have a couple people there that love Brass. And one of the guys has played it like 900 times. He's one of the guys who helped create this second game. So he knows Brass in and out. So they have taken everything and just fine-tuned
this is
it.
definitely a labor of love for them, for sure.
Well, if you're not seeing this in the pictures right now, but Mr. Cuddington also did all the artwork.
Yeah.
Which is
And
crazy
it's
because it looks so
fantastic.
different than their normal
It
stuff.
does, but it looks like the board has depth. It's like dark, and there's
It's
torches that
beautiful.
look like
absolutely beautiful.
Like you look at and you're like, you swear that you're like looking into a city. Like it's crazy.
Some of the highest quality art and design that we've seen. Roxley does that across the
Roxley's
board.
fantastic.
My number 2 has been just a must-buy as soon as I lay my hands on it, and that is Coimbra. Now, you've all played it. I have not played it yet.
I'm glad you mentioned it.
I know.
really
I am glad
you
you mentioned
this
too
game.
because it deserves a lot of love.
I mean, if you want to know about the game, watch the review on it. It's great. But I mean, these are my favorite designers, and I love the pedigree, and I love the dice management and the dice drafting and the little things. What are they called that you put the dice in?
I don't think
so
they have a
cool.
specific name, but it is super satisfying just sliding it in there, and they fit really nicely, and it serves a really good purpose.
I can see more games actually starting to do that. I think it'd be really clever, but it's just a beautiful game. I love it, so I'm picking Coimbra as my number 2.
I can't wait to play it with you.
Yeah.
You haven't played it, right?
I have
you're gonna
not
love it.
played it
Oh,
yet.
yeah,
I can't
I
wait.
think you're really gonna like it.
Yeah, I think you will like it a lot too. All right, my number 2 is a game that's just being demoed. I think it's going to be hitting Kickstarter in September-ish, later this year. It's Tidal Blades from Druid City Games. We had a chance. Did you play it?
Yeah, I did.
A few of us had a chance to play a very early version of this with James when he was visiting last year, right? Late last year.
No, it was this year.
Earlier this year, and it's undergone quite a bit of changes. This is first of all, Cuddington art as well. This is the traditional Cuddington art, and I think they've even they were responsible for
universe
building
around it.
this universe that this game is set in. I think James approached them, said, build a universe, we'll make some games in it. So that's what they've done, and it's a worker placement game that uses dice. So It's a nice Euro with a Cuddington approach in terms of art and design. I'm there. And some of the things he was telling me just recently about some of the changes they've made, he's added even more to the dice mitigation. So it's a really good dice worker placement Euro through and through. And he keeps telling me tons of routes to victory. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
Now, it's a demo, right?
That's just demo. That's
So I
not for
assume that
sale.
this will go to Kickstarter.
Kickstarter
I'm sure it
in
will.
September, I think.
Oh,
is
okay,
what
so
he
it's
said.
coming
Yeah.
up soon.
Sure it
Cool.
will. Torn on my number 1 and number 2, and I'm going to place this one as my number 2. It's probably going to be my number 1, though. It's called Newton. Have you guys heard of
I have
Newton?
not heard
that looks
this.
fantastic.
No.
So this one's also by Cranio Creations, being released by Simon, also by Simone Luciani.
Oh, really?
So Grand Austria Hotel, all those games that we
Change
love.
my number 1 here.
Art by Clemens Franz. So I mean, this
Oh,
is
really?
like bam in my
Wow.
wheelhouse. Like
It's huge.
it is a Euro deck building hand management game in which everyone's playing Young Scientist, and you're using your hand of cards over 6 rounds, and you're placing one on the table. Getting rid of that card means you don't have access to that card, but it grows in strength, but you're also going to be acquiring new cards as you go. There's a board, you're trying to control different areas and so forth. Looks absolutely fantastic. Like, totally my style of game.
Huh.
That's
I'm glad you guys did this
really
research.
interesting. Yeah.
There's 2 more
I
games.
didn't even know it was going to be for sale until just a couple days ago.
sale?
It was
It's gonna be for
placed.
Yeah, for sale.
It's for sale, but only a very, very limited amount of quantities that are going to be released each day.
So is it kind of like a soft release with a big
I
release
don't
at
know.
Essen?
I don't know, but
That's
it's going to be
surprising.
for sale there.
And this is
Newton.
from Simon?
This is from Simon and Cranio Creations, yeah.
Wow.
So we're going to be doing a lot of things, obviously, with Simone Luciani. So
Right.
Well, I'm glad to see that their success with bringing Lorenzo over and
Yeah.
maybe Council of 4 has kept them going on the
Yeah.
Euro train a little bit.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
Luciani did Council 4 too. Wasn't he one of the ones in
I
Council
don't know
4?
if he did that, but he
I
did
don't know.
Lorenzo,
Yeah.
Marco
It was a-
Polo,
it was
and Grand
a-
Austria
It was
Hotel.
some of those. I can't keep track of all the people
They
in
keep-
that group.
they all
Some of
work
them do
together,
some
right?
things, some of them, and then they all do one game together,
Yeah.
and then they kind of splinter
Yeah, yeah.
off. All of them are great though.
Yeah. All right.
Number
So
one, Ryan.
my number 1 is number 1 because I think this is kind of a hidden gem, and it looks good. It's called Shadows Amsterdam. It's being
Oh.
released by Asmodee North America. It's actually coming out at Essen, but they're doing a pre-release kind of at Gen Con this year. And this game looks, to me, awesome.
I almost picked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
It is
It's
like a-
all these hexes, right?
Yeah, it's like a 20 to 30 minute team-based deduction game. It looks like Zootopia. Like the
Yeah.
artwork, and you're living in a city where everyone's an animal, and you're teaming up and you're racing through the city trying to uncover these hexes, find clues to solve the crime.
It's real time, right?
It's real time. It's
Oh,
really
that's
fast-paced. You're flipping hexes, moving pieces around the board, and just trying to be the first to put it together and solve the mystery. And really, I love that those fast-paced,
Let's see if
like
that
it's a
flows
20-minute
well.
game.
There's been a couple games that like that they don't, and it really
Yeah,
work.
this might
Yeah.
be group dependent.
That's what, to be quite honest, the real time aspect is what kept it just off my list of sharing tonight, because I'm not always like you. Some of those work really well, and then some of them are like, it didn't work so well. I would rather have taken my time and taken turns or something.
This
like
one, I think it'll be.
It
fun.
looks amazing,
because it's
though,
only
I
it's only
agree.
like a 20-minute game, right?
and the
So,
social
like,
deduction part of it too.
Yeah.
So like, wow.
Interesting.
There's a lot going on in 20 minutes.
Well, my number 1 was almost changed by Jeremy's last one to Newton, but actually my number 1 is one of his, and that's Detective, from Portal Games.
I figured that might be on your list.
I mean, he's already explained. I mean, you're using all, the internet and all this sort of stuff. I mean, I've talked to multiple people who played it at the Gathering and at Dice Tower Con, and everybody said they went in kind of skeptical, came out and said, man, this game's awesome.
Cool.
So good.
Yeah, I watched
so,
about
so
5-10
good.
minutes of it at Dice Tower.
Right.
So cool.
And I think you have like 5 or 6 scenarios that come with the game. Because I mean, so it's like a one-off. But I mean, if it's really big, boy,
I'm
you're
sure
really
they'll
making
support
a
it.
universe. That you
Yeah.
wow, you could totally support this with expansions. So I'm really excited about this
Awesome.
game. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Is that for sale there?
There
It
it is.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll be
That's their hard
that'll
release.
be a big seller
Yep.
there
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, so my number 1 is, I won't waste any time, War Chest from AEG.
Oh.
Did you guys look at this?
I
thing?
did
asked
look
for a
at that.
copy
Yep.
of that then,
So
yeah.
well, I actually just talked to Johnny. He said we should be having one on the way. I don't know
Yeah.
if we'll get it before Gen Con,
Yeah.
but it sounds like we might.
Cool.
This thing is an abstract game for the most part, but it's got bag building with poker chips that are like the highest quality poker chip style chips that you can imagine. The production value of this thing sounds amazing. It's bag building, and each of those chips represents well, it can represent a force that you put out on this board. And you're moving these chips around, attacking each other, locking down area control and area management there. Also, the chips are multi-use. So it's like 3 different things that you can do with your chip. Where you pull them out of everyone pulls 3 chips out of their bag. Those are the 3 chips you're going to use that round. And you can use them in 3 different ways as you use them one at a time around the board. And it comes in this big, literal, like, box that looks like a war chest.
It's huge.
He had mentioned this. He'd visited here, when was that? Earlier this year as well. And he'd mentioned it, but I hadn't seen it. And after seeing it and the cards that are associated with each chip, it looks really cool. I'm looking forward to that for sure.
All right. My number 4 was your number 1. And your number 4 is my number 1. So I have to go with Great Western Trail. Like, I shadow boxed the dang game in my office.
Yeah, you
And bought another one to
I
play.
mean, I love Pfister. I love pretty much all of his games. You've already mentioned everything that needs to be mentioned about the game.
I'll
our list.
definitely be picking it up, even though it's not on my number.
Yeah,
my
I
5.
didn't put expansions on my list because I wanted to talk about some of the newer games coming out. But that one, nobody mentioned. Whistle Stop has an
Yep, their
expansion
expansion's
coming
coming out.
I'll get that.
Terraforming Mars has an expansion coming out.
I'm surprised you didn't have that one on there.
Gen
I'm
Con.
really surprised.
Well, I'll get Prelude. And maybe I did avoid the expansions for the same reason.
yeah.
I was so enamored with some of the newer stuff that no one has known until recently is coming, so I kind of focused on that. But Prelude for Terraforming Mars will definitely be a pickup for me. Whistle Stop. You're gonna. I mean,
I'll get it.
I don't have a copy
I'm
of
gonna get
Whistle
it.
Stop, but I would definitely get that if I did. And that's like a thing that goes right down the middle, like a mountain range or
mountain.
something.
It's a
Yeah,
mountain
range,
range,
yep.
yep. I think Reef is going to be a big one.
I do.
We didn't
yeah.
mention that.
Reef and Coimbra and Eastern Wonders are probably all going to sell out again.
Yeah, those will be big, huge con releases.
There's
too.
also Blue Orange's Blue Lagoon, which is, we've had that for like 2 months now. And it is a really solid Knizia game. We have a review of it up on our channel. I love that game. I think it's really good.
So we want to formally go through any sort of like last minute additions, or we just
Not casually.
Well, yeah, I mean, casually, I think Glowlands is another one. We played.
Yeah.
Did you not
Oh,
play
I
that
put
with
it- I
us?
put
I haven't
twice
played
now.
it yet. The Z-Man game.
I normally love all the Z-Man stuff, and it's a really unique era. There's nothing out there
Is
quite
that
like.
Uwe?
No, it's
No,
Uwe
but
approved, though.
It's Uwe approved, so
Uwe
he
approved,
sort of has his hand
yeah.
in it, I guess. But it
Okay.
definitely seems like a Uwe
He
game.
stole that from us. He stole the man next to me.
Yeah, like we originated it.
And I didn't put this on my list because I don't. It'll at least be a Gen Con demo, and I've already talked about it too much. But that's Everdell, which is I've been playing a lot of this. We took it out and showed you it the other day. Just gorgeous game, beautiful to look at.
It is amazing looking for sure.
I don't know for a fact that it's going to be for sale, so it didn't make it to my list. But if it is, this might be your chance to get it because it was a Kickstarter. I don't know if what the distribution plan for it or anything is. So
Did you have any more?
Yeah, one demo.
Honorable
I'm kind
mentions?
of one demo. I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm sure it'll be a Kickstarter because they Kickstarter all their games. Is Lockup,
the
the role player standalone
Oh,
game, a
yeah.
worker placement game.
Really?
Yeah,
We
we
may or may
should
not
a
already have an
role player
appointment.
universe.
So we've
Let's
set
play
aside a
that.
time to play
Yeah.
with them. You should join us for that.
Yeah, oh, that
I'm
sounds
super
great. I would
excited
love
for
that. That looks super cool. The
Yeah.
artwork looks great too on the box.
Yeah. A couple ones I want to mention. One is Root. We've had a chance to play Root. It's going to be available for sale at Gen Con. This is from Leader Games and Leader
Letter games.
Letter Games. This is the guys who did Vast, and in that spirit, it's asymmetric. In fact, the 3 of us just played it the other day, and it's an interesting experience for sure. It's one of the, I'm always fascinated when it's like you remind yourself, like, oh, I'm doing this, but you're doing something completely different. It's a very different game than Vast, but I love that asymmetry, or I love the concept
I'm
of it. for
surprised
sure.
you liked it as much as you did, just because you don't like that direct conflict. It's got a
Well,
lot of
that's
direct
the one
conflict, but it's
aspect-
really cool though.
I love asymmetry. I'm not a fan of direct conflict, and it is
100% direct
It is
conflict.
definitely
Yeah.
you're just messing with each other the whole game for sure.
Don't let the artwork fool you because it looks like maybe a light kid and family game, but it is a war game through and through. Like you are constantly.
No, there could be some
fighting
hurt
each other.
feelings for sure at
Oh,
the game. If you
definitely.
have some Care Bears at the table, watch out. And then the only other one, well, 2 I wanted to mention. One, Raiders. This is from Yellow. I don't know much about this thing, but it looks cool. It looks like this sort of like nice
Raids.
light.
Raids.
Yes, Raids. Sorry, Raids. Sort of a light family-ish Euro-y based game, but very light. And then finally, and I'll talk about this game until the end of time. Don't Mess with Cthulhu, the
Yeah,
deluxe
it's-
edition.
there we
I
go.
knew it.
is
Somebody owes
going to
somebody
be
money
there.
here.
It's going to be
Deluxe.
there. The deluxe edition for sale. If you haven't bought this game,
We
buy
aren't
it.
kidding. We're going to keep pounding this into your guys' head. You have to play this game.
You do.
Don't
it's
mess with
so
Cthulhu.
much
In fact,
fun.
here's the challenge. If you play Don't Mess with Cthulhu and you don't like it, share it in the comments.
Yeah.
And then we will delete it.
And ban you.
All right.
Anything else?
I've got 58 games
Go
on here.
for it.
No, I'm
No,
not.
no, 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 no.
I've said enough.
Well, it's
All
hard
right.
because there's so much stuff that we've already played that it's hard to think about. But like all the new unlocks are coming out of Gen Con.
Are they
Like-
really?
Like that wizard, right?
Yeah, there are
Oh, I didn't
two.
know
Two
that.
of them
Two
are.
of them.
Oh,
An
the
easy
ones
one
we
and a
played?
hard one.
Yeah.
No, those are they're different ones. The Wizard of Oz.
Oz.
The Wizard of
and
Oz, the
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Tombstone Express.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, because we've already played some of this stuff, so it's hard to like remember.
It is hard to remember that at times.
But things that you like
Even
that
a lot
the
of
audience needs to check out.
like
for
a lot
sure.
of the Plan B and a lot of the CMON stuff that we've played hasn't really seen the light of day yet at retail. So.
Like Council of Four is a good
Council of
example.
Four.
It feels like it's been out for a long time, but really, like people are just starting to get it
Yeah.
with the second edition.
That's right.
So anyway, that is our look forward to Gen Con. That should just be in a few weeks from now. Again, if you have any ideas what you're looking forward to, share them in the comments below. Again, for your chance to win Megaland. Again, thanks also to our sponsor, Broken Token. Couldn't do the show without them. Thanks for all of you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Well, that's another episode of Chit Chat in the Bag. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out another one, there's probably one right over here in the bottom left-hand corner, or probably your right-hand corner. Whatever corner, we have something to click on. So click on one of these things, and good things will happen.